We good?
We are. The Flycast is now on. This episode of the Flycast is brought to you by the Flycast. You can watch any episode of the Flycast each week on youtube.com/MaNiaC.
Welcome to the Flycast. This is brought to you by a sponsor we are currently looking for if you're willing to pay a stupid amount. Not necessarily stupid, probably affordable, but we'll take it.
But yeah, the Flycast is on SoundCloud, iTunes, and also Nick's YouTube channel. It's weird seeing us on iTunes. I don't know if it was weird for. It was weird for me.
Yeah, no, it is weird for like iTunes is pretty cool.
Yeah,
SoundCloud's like, you know, the trashiest of the trash can get on SoundCloud.
That is true. That is true.
Well,
SoundCloud isn't trash, but anyone can be on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. It's like the YouTube of music.
So what is our SoundCloud? They just type in the Flycast?
The Flycast. Yeah, the-Flycast is the SoundCloud. And then for YouTube.
So if you went to SoundCloud or soundcloud.com/ would that be a thing?
Yeah.
It's like soundcloud.com/ the-Flycast.
Yeah, that's it.
And then iTunes, you type in.
And then iTunes, you just type in the Flycast.
The Flycast.
The Flycast is the name of the podcast by the artist.
Are we the Flycast or are we just Flycast?
I put it as the Flycast because
Yeah.
we've been saying the Flycast.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever said Flycast.
Welcome to Flycast.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
We are Flycast.
Yeah, no, we're the Flycast.
The Flycast, the one and only, except there is another one out there on iTunes, which is crazy.
So yeah, welcome back. Yeah, that's weird. But before we get into that, welcome back to the Flycast. I have no idea what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, we already we're plugging our own plug.
We're plugging our own
plug.
We're plugging our own
We're
podcast.
plugging our own plug in the plug.
Yeah. It's kind of like the meme where the extension cord guy plugs the end of the extension cord into the socket.
Yep.
We're plugging ourselves.
We are the plug.
Is that reverse plugging?
Did we just unplug our plug?
We've been saying it so much they've already clicked out.
Yeah,
we're reverse plugging.
All right.
So, but yeah, there is another Flycast on iTunes.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
I haven't listened to it.
And they have a logo and everything.
Yeah, and I honestly think
Don't click on them.
I think it's a fishing podcast.
Don't click on that. Make sure you click on the Flycast with the outline of
me
us.
And you. Yeah.
Yeah. The outline of two humans that look like MaNiaC and Hitch.
But if it was a fishing podcast, it would actually make a lot of sense. The Flycast, because flycasting is a type of fishing.
Yeah, that pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because I thought there shouldn't be another Flycast. Because it's who would think of Flycast for a podcast?
I mean, we already have better ratings.
I rated us a 5.
So that's why we have 2 ratings. Me and you. Oh, just you and someone else.
Yeah. Did they leave do we have a review?
I don't think so. Actually, I don't know. I think we might have a review.
Check.
I will
Check right now.
I will check to see if we have a review. Just go to my my Apple iPhone and click on the podcast app, which comes free with your iPhone as you buy one.
Yeah, you guys can listen to our podcast for free at any time just by downloading the iTunes app and typing in the podcast.
5 stars, 34 ratings.
34. We're still at 5.
We're still at 5.
That's the support I like seeing.
Now somebody's going to hear that and they're going to be like, oh, I have to rate it 1 star.
Yeah,
or
of
4
course
stars.
they will, but
Click, clack, clack, clack.
Karma works in mysterious ways.
It really
Just
does.
know that. Might not come back around today. Maybe not tomorrow.
Yeah, right here. First review, Flycast lit. Been here since episode number 0.
Let's go.
That's what.
So he was here before we even made a.
That's what Richie said.
Well, Richie was here before we even made a Flycast.
Thank you, Richie.
Because he said 0.
Episode 0.
So that was just he was just waiting.
I think episode 0 of the Flycast was like me and you going to get froyo in one of our vlogs,
and we're like saying we should get a podcast. And Richie was like, I'm here.
He was like, "Do you not? You've already had one."
Yep, I'm here.
I'm gonna write a review. Title: Really cool podcast! Exclamation point! I listened to this podcast, and it was very enjoyable. Exclamation point! You should listen. You should listen to.
Exclamation point.
Heart.
Heart.
I think the heart is gonna be the end.
So it has been 6 minutes, and we have not mentioned anything besides our own Flycast that they're already listening to.
I mean, so that's gonna do it for this episode of the Flycast.
Wait, I got something.
All right, what's up?
I'm wearing a bandana.
Are you bringing it back?
It's been a long time. I just realized something. Remember you gave me something earlier? Dude, that's weird. Remember what you gave me in your apartment?
Yes.
The last time, and I just happened to have the bandana with me.
Yeah.
And like, when I always wore a bandana, they kind of correlate.
They did. The world loops together.
Everything fucking makes sense, man.
TJ said it best. The world is all about loops. That's all the world is.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Where? Or where did he say that?
I mean, he says it
in
all
person
the time.
Or
yeah,
really?
He said it in the person. But I even named an episode of Vision the Loop because he lost a Halo event by getting Envious beat him from losers bracket, and the last time that had happened was a year before that in a different tournament where Envious beat them from losers bracket, and he was like, everybody was just pissed. Obviously, World 2 gets really heated when they lose, and TJ's just sitting there, and he's like,
I knew it was gonna happen.
He was like, I just feel like exactly how I felt after season 2. The world is just loops, man. It's just all a loop.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, you can think of it like it's kind of true, but also so many things happen every single day that it's like, of course, coincidences are
yeah,
happen.
of course.
But also, I don't know, like the world, like, I don't know, stuff like like, do you think karma is real?
I don't know if karma
it's like, it's something though.
It's
like
something,
if you're if you're like, I don't know, you kind of get back what you give.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like
in the weirdest
religious karma or spiritual karma that is actually a real thing. I think it's just whatever you put out will come back to you. Like, you can't just be like a shitty person in every aspect and not expect shit to come back at you, you know? Or a nice person, like, you're obviously gonna, I don't know.
I wish I could think of this Drake quote that he said. He said something like, yeah, I think it's a lyric. Like, something like, I don't know, just something about living. It was basically what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the quote at all, but it was just like something about living good. Like, if you live better, like, better things happen. Like, if you pay your dues, like, if you, there's certain stuff you wake up every day and you know you should do. Yeah. You know you shouldn't eat that Snickers bar that you really want to eat. You know you should exercise. You know you should call your mom and say hi.
Yeah. You
know you should call Granny for the birthday card she got you or something. And it's like, if you don't do those things, it's like you don't really notice it, but like it kind of like, I don't know, it might creep up on you and make you not respect yourself as much as you could. If you do all those things, life just seems to like fall in place better.
Yeah.
It's like good karma.
Yeah.
To say that.
I mean, I agree with that.
But I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, I can't say like I believe in karma.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I kind of do. But it's more of, I just don't like the word karma. I prefer like the universe is listening.
I don't like the word karma.
I don't like saying the word karma because that's just like a
cliche.
It just doesn't. It's not deep enough. It's too deep. It's deeper than karma. It's deeper than karma. It's the universe is listening.
You do say that a lot.
The universe is listening. Be careful what you say in it. Jay Electronica. The GOAT. Has no album out.
He is, dude. Is that the key?
Not put an album out.
Andre 3000, Jay Electronica.
What about Andre?
He doesn't have an album.
He doesn't have a solo album.
Only like 3 or 4 Outkast albums, and that's it. And
wow.
He is the GOAT.
He is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. As you were just about to say.
It's true, though. I mean, that's not even that much of a coincidence because we've always said that.
Yeah.
Just like we say that about...
Wait, what happened earlier? Didn't something happen earlier to where we were like... Was it at the Mexican place?
Yeah. I remember. I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember exactly what happened.
Something happened and we like both were about to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And we were just like...
It hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah, it's because we're not fucking...
living together.
Going to get food and living together every day.
But it's like... There was literally like 3 months there where it was weird. Yeah. It was...
Dude,
like after the podcast,
the Optic podcast,
dude,
what episode was that?
I think it's the one...
This is why we need a producer. Because we could, instead of saying like stuff that we talk about where people are like, what are they talking about? Instead of like going to research it, we could have a producer here like switching cameras, and which we will eventually do this or do that. Like have a producer that in 2 separate camera angles, and then as we're talking about stuff, we can have someone bringing the stuff up.
Yeah.
But anyways, one episode of the Optic podcast, the second biggest podcast in Optic. One episode on there, me and Hitch were sitting beside each other on the couch, and we both did the exact same movement.
We both readjusted ourselves.
Yeah, we both just like readjusted.
But the way, like when you watch it, your brain like wonders.
It's
like,
weird.
Wonders what's going on because it's literally like the same exact movement. I don't know.
It's weird. So
it is super strange.
What's going on?
I mean, like you were saying with the we need a producer for the Flycast. That's kind of what we've been looking to do for the Optic podcast is get a better setup and hopefully get to a point where we have a producer, doing the podcast live and then maybe even streaming it at a point, and then having a literally just without being completely transparent, just kind of ripping off Joe Rogan and H3H3. Do they just have like a...
Well, I mean, that's just how it fucking goes.
It's just how it is now.
It's like,
not even like
that's pretty dope. And it makes sense.
Yeah. It would be much better than this.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. It's like playing a team in Call of Duty, and you're like, wow, that setup works.
Yeah.
But
we can't
But
take
we're
it.
not going to do that. No, we're doing that.
Yeah, we definitely are. But it's just all about finding that person, because I also don't know a lot about like video boards
and finding a place, a room. Like we need we don't have a room.
Yeah, we don't. We definitely don't.
Like we can't just like get, which is what has been holding us back, is like the Hitch and MaNiaC podcast, we don't have a room in the Optic like office. We're just like using this when we do the Flycast.
Do you want to do it at our apartment? Like eventually, would you like to do this at like our apartment? Because it's getting to a point where, I don't know. I mean, and the setting obviously
if it would
is
be
very
easy
important.
to set up, yeah,
I think so as well. I think I have everything.
I would like to just have a room where I'd never have to touch it.
Yeah,
literally just walk. Well, I mean, I don't touch it anyways. But
that is true. The odds of that happening though are pretty slim if you think about it. I mean, unless we have a spot at Hex's place, or there's a possibility
There's got to be some room in here that's like not used.
There's not. I promise you. There's not. We have 2 little rooms because it's not just optic here.
I don't need like any space besides. I just needed to know I can do whatever with the room.
Dude, I'm telling you.
And we don't have that. That's the problem.
That sounds amazing. I mean, we could honestly even set something up in like my office if you want. We could even like have in a complete section in my office dedicated for it.
That's why I was thinking that we could be able to do it at one of our apartments.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
It would be, I don't know, the sound would sound really, it wouldn't sound bad, but it wouldn't be as good as this.
Dude, my new mic, I think I'm in love with my new mic.
Really?
For my stream and everything.
I need to listen to it more.
I think if we got another one of those mics, and then I just had my laptop with me, then we could literally shoot wherever. We could, because all we need is an arm and 2 of those Spark mics, and then I have my mix amp. That makes it all sound
I just
good.
blacked out. I heard nothing you said.
We should probably stop talking about tech shit that we would talk about off podcast anyway.
Yeah, I don't know where that'll be it. I'm gonna watch this back and like see where I just was for like 15 seconds. Cause I have no idea what just happened.
Dude, that happens to me on the podcast as well. Like either any podcast that I'm on, like every once in a while, I'll just like I'll be thinking, and then I'm like, wow, whoever I'm with has been talking for like 45 seconds, and I haven't listened to a single word that they've said.
Yeah.
But I've been podcasting like a shit ton lately.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Thanks. Proceed.
I've been podcasting like a shit ton lately. Like it was we did the moving podcast with me, Hex, and Bose. Then we did 2 episodes of the Flycast. Then we did the Optic podcast without Hex, which goes live tomorrow, which is going to be interesting to see how people react.
I wonder how they'll feel with like the Optic podcast, but it's really the Flycast featuring PJ.
And PJ. But I feel like it had a little bit of a different vibe than the Flycast usually goes. I don't know, maybe.
I think so.
Yeah, I tried to be a little bit more
Hexy.
Hex-like, yeah. And we talked about Hex for the first 30 minutes, so that'll boost his ego a little bit. And then after that, I did like my own little Around the Bar podcast, and now here we are.
Oh, yeah.
On another.
Saw not really that, but I did see you post. I just didn't click.
Thanks. That's what I do to all your videos.
Thanks.
I'm like, hey, he's uploading again.
That scroll right on past.
Pamaj told me today at dinner that him and Sprad are going to start a podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll probably go pretty well.
He's like, we're going to do a podcast, and in the background, it's just going to be a green screen. I was like, for real, man? He was like, yeah. So at the beginning of each podcast, I'm going to be like, yo, James, where you want to go today? And he's going to be like,
can we talk about this?
The beach. What?
Like
what they're going to do?
Yeah.
I don't think he cares.
All right.
It's not like it's going to be.
There goes he was just like trying to save ideas for his.
Well, now he has to do it. That's the good thing.
True.
If I talk about it, he has to do it. So at the very beginning of their podcast, James is going to be like, I think we should go to the beach. I think we should go to the beach.
The beach.
The beach.
The beach.
And then Pamaj, at a click of a button, they're at the beach, green screened.
It's
gonna go
cool. I'm sure Pam can pull that off at the click of a button.
I don't know, but Pam can.
That's actually kind of funny. That's how we remember our ideas of starting. Wow, did he take that idea from us?
I don't know. You can't really take ideas if you never capitalize on it.
Let's just actually like when we.
You don't want to talk about it?
I don't really want to say it because we're just probably not going to do it anyways. But we had That was kind of like our idea. It's like have a different theme for each podcast.
Yeah, have a different setting.
But imagine getting to like 300 podcasts deep and we're just like, what do we?
Like, what the hell do we do now?
Like dress up as today? We're just like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Just like making no sense at this point.
Or just have those blow up T-Rexes.
Yeah. Just fucking whatever we want to be.
But yeah, I think I don't want to get burnt out on podcasts, I guess is what I'm saying. But I don't know. I think talking is something that I'm always, I don't know if I'm good at it, but it's something that I enjoy doing.
Well, I think you just like having a thing to, that's why you started your around the bar thing, is because you like blowing off steam, I guess.
I think I do.
It's your like, it's instead of working out, you podcast.
Dude, maybe you're right. Maybe I just have all of these like thoughts and frustrations in my mind, and I think for some reason, maybe it's the narcissism in me. I think I'm important enough to share my ideas with other people.
Yeah, I don't know. I get not insecure, but like what's like anti-narcissistic?
Humble?
Like maybe. But like sometimes I'm just like, I feel corny vlogging. I'm just like, why
am I pointing a camera at myself?
Yeah, like, ooh, look at me, I'm at Target. Why the fuck should people watch me at Target?
Yeah. No, and I think that's a big like part of it, is that you have like all these like tens of thousands of people that watch your videos. But then so easily there could be billions of people that would be like how could you, like, what makes you so important? Like, why do you think you have the right to do this?
Yeah. But sometimes that's just how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I am that fucking guy. I'm the fucking man.
This is what I was born to do.
Like I get it.
I would watch me.
Yeah. I'm the only person I would watch.
There's nobody else like me on YouTube.
I'm just like,
yeah. And that's when like shit is going like exciting. Like when you're traveling, when you're doing stuff, and when you're hitting that stride with vlogs, there's like, yeah, like I bet you people are like excited to watch this. And then sometimes you're like, I've gone to Target 5 days straight and vlogged it.
I never get hype about that.
No, I know. I'm saying I wouldn't get hype about it. Like the 6th day you wake up and you're like, what the hell am I going to vlog?
Yeah, that's where I'm at literally right now.
Yeah.
It's because I haven't, which makes me wish I kind of went to NOLA, but at the same time, I would have just got drunk.
Yeah,
and like not really vlogged anyways.
I have a little point and shoot camera because it's so super hard for me to vlog at events. So I'm gonna try my best to, at least it'll be a little bit easier, because trying to vlog with the same camera that I shoot vision with is like impossible. Because then at the very end you have to go through all the clips and sort out what was your vlog and what was your. It's super hard. So if I have a little point and shoot that I carry in my pocket, I can whip it out whenever. Like hopefully that'll make things better. And I don't know.
Yeah, right now I'm at a point where I'm on the same, and it's not a bad schedule, or not necessarily schedule. Like my day-to-day, what I do is like the same shit every day. Like I'll kind of wake up. Now I wake up at like, I'm good. I wake up like 9 or 10, go to the gym with PJ. After that, if I vlog the day before, I'll edit, and then I'll get that up. Then after that, maybe go eat out somewhere with the bros. Then after that, maybe come to the office and like
see what's going on.
Yeah, or go to the office earlier if I'm needed for something like a podcast or to talk to people about stuff.
Yeah.
A meeting, whatever. And then go to Target and like pick up a few things. Then go home, play a little Nintendo Switch.
That's true.
Get in bed.
Is there any way to record the Switch?
I don't know.
That would be a really good video.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like optic.
I thought about streaming because me and Aaron were at Target, and I was thinking about getting 2K for the Switch.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm gonna get 2K, I might as well just like set up my PlayStation.
Yeah.
In the living room, but
because you don't have a setup in your room, like you don't have.
It's there. It's just not like plugged in and set up. But I was thinking of like just streaming from the living room randomly. If like you come over and then we're just like all on the couch.
Dude, I think people would love that.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah,
but that would be pretty rare.
Yeah,
kind of like my streams now.
When was the last time you streamed?
It was
before we moved.
Yeah. And before we moved, I don't know how long it was. It's been months for sure.
I remember you streamed like 2 of the throwback tournaments.
Oh yeah. And
maybe streamed a little randomly between that.
But it's been months.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I want to stream. I just don't want to actually play a video game. Like I don't know.
I'm telling you,
it's not a turn on. It doesn't get me going. I'm trying to like travel and shit.
Yeah, I get where your head's at, because I think it's a little bit of subconscious, like I can't afford to play video games again.
I can't afford to get good and that's like the only thing I like.
Yeah,
was like the competitive aspect.
Exactly.
I never liked the video game. I liked competing.
You like beating other people. Yeah. And that's kind of how I always am. That's why it's so hard for me to play some of these games that like isn't really like a competitive game. Like it's super hard. Like even Mario Kart sometimes drives me crazy because it has an aspect of that's just super super duper random.
Yeah.
But obviously Mario Kart's an extreme example because it's still super fucking fun.
It's fucking Nintendo.
But I don't know. I honestly, dude, and I'm going to say this as a friend, I think you would love Fortnite, and I think your viewers
like Fortnite.
I think your viewers would fall in love with your Fortnite content, but I think you would get addicted. So I think you need to play Fortnite with strictly like just PJ. Fortnite with PJ. Optic plays Fortnite, stream or not even stream, play for 2 hours, get off, edit it, throw it up. People will like literally you can big T it for a little bit. I think people would like that, and then it would maybe rejuvenate your.
Am I the next big T? I just need to find a.
Let's not get carried away with what I was trying to say.
Oh, great! Here it comes. You'll never be big T, you piece of shit, lazy fuck.
Welcome to the Optic Flycast, episode 11. MaNiaC, the next big T.
Yeah, right. That's if I made that the title, it'd get an insane. It wouldn't get a like.
Hex's vlog that one time.
Yeah.
When Zeus came over and he said the new. Oh no, it was Kenny. Kenny came over and said the new big timer ? Because Kenny was staying in Big T's old room.
People don't play with Big T
just because of the title. I've never felt so scared of like our own fan base.
Yeah.
Hex texted me and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, to be honest, like as for me and like knowing how YouTube works, I didn't think it was that bad of a YouTube title. Obviously, he's staying in Big T's room. Is he the next Big T? Is that where legends are born? No. You are not allowed to talk about.
You are not Big T.
You cannot compare him to any other person.
They shall never be duplicated.
I look at Will like whenever he comes over, I'm like, "What did you do?" And he was like,
"Yeah, Will doesn't fucking."
Like,
Will just like lives.
He's like, "I don't know, but I'm not complaining about it." I think,
that's funny. That fool just fucking. What's weird is I lived with him for. I think I've said this a few times, but I lived with him for like 3 years, and like.
Yeah.
I saw people that didn't live there more.
Damn.
Like he just like always he just always I think he's just always had goals. Like he was never just like bored.
Yeah.
Like he always had like he just knew what he was doing. And like now you just kind of fucking seeing it blossom.
I made a joke whenever he was here. We were going through all the Scuff House stuff that's just piled in the warehouse, And he said something, and I was like, yeah, Nick just wants it all burned. And he was like, why? And I was like, because Nick hated the scuff house at the end, like just joking around. And he was like, oh, damn, I didn't think it was that bad. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, but 60/50, I hated that place.
Really?
I was like, what? He was like, I hated the yellow walls, and the TV was like not working. He was like, I hated my bed, and I didn't even have a closet. He was like, I felt like a prison. He was like, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I was like, damn.
That's how I felt about.
I was like,
am I the big T of what?
Are you the big T of the scuff house?
I'm the big T of 1, 2, 3, 5.
So that would mean this is your year if we're going by that.
Damn, it's all a loop.
Yeah, it's all a loop. Big T won a national championship in 2004. You won one in 2009. He hated the scuff house. I mean, he hated 60/50. You hated the scuff house. So this is your year to blossom on YouTube. Now you just have to somehow make a lot of money by doing
Stocks
and stuff. What are stocks?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it, and it actually is pissing me off.
Like,
because everyone is into it, and it's like, shut up. Like, you're probably making not enough to talk about.
Yeah, unless you're making Big T money, and Big T is,
and he doesn't even talk about it.
Big T is tiny in comparison. Big T was going up against people on Wall Street.
Yeah.
He was like, you have to wake up at this time because this is when Wall Street wakes up. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Dude, weren't you just playing video games?
And
like,
Flame Sword's is on that. So is Snakebite. Like,
yeah. Well, Snakebite, like, I would trust Snakebite with my money.
Yeah.
I would say, here, you can take 20%
like,
of whatever we make. But I wouldn't trust.
I would trust Will.
I would trust Will and PJ. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about Optic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, Mike, no, we don't trust you.
Sorry, Mike.
With stocks. No offense.
And now there's like Bitcoin, which is like make believe stock.
I don't know.
I don't know anything. And the thing is like,
I thought Bitcoin was just a stock that you could invest in.
Bitcoin, no, well, yeah, it is. I believe. I don't know. Bitcoin is online currency.
This is
Bitcoin is something that you can
some
use
people out there
online as currency, but it's also a company that you can put stock in. So as more people use Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin, then their stock goes up, and then you make real money off of what you invested into the company. I think that could be wrong, but this is the stuff they don't teach you in college. They don't teach you this
they don't teach you anything you actually need to know.
But what they do teach you,
I don't know,
which is
college.
the outline of U.S. states, then you forget by the time you're trying to learn all this real stuff, and then you get roasted by everyone on the YouTube comments because you didn't know what your own state looked like.
That
was me. Yeah, that was me. Can I explain that?
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, right before we put out the trivia video, Aaron goes, I'm going to mess with people. I'm going to start flipping states upside down. So it's not just I'm showing you the state. Like, I'm trying to make it harder. Like, I'm going to put Texas like sideways. And I was
Bad
like,
idea.
I was like, damn, you're going to put that. I was like, damn. Like, I don't even know the states to begin with. Like,
obviously.
you're going to do that. Yeah.
Nobody did.
Nobody our age knows them. I was asking everyone around us because the YouTube comments make me feel like an idiot. And I was like, do you guys know states? Any of you guys know states? And they're like, no. I was like, okay, cool. So Virginia pops up, and I'm thinking,
I don't know how you messed that one up.
Yeah, I don't either. But in my head, I'm thinking, Aaron's trying to mess with me. He's trying to flip states upside down. And I do this. And if you take Virginia and do this to it, flip it right upside down, it kind of looks like North Carolina with the whole.
See, we could have a producer right now. Pop it up.
We could.
Flip it.
Guys,
flip
Google
it, reverse it.
North Carolina on your phone. Flip it upside down. It looks like Virginia. So I was like, I got this. And it was Virginia. And then now everybody's, because I overthought it, thought Aaron was trying to mess with me. If I missed it, he was going to be like, ha ha ha, it's actually North Carolina.
That was the one state I knew.
And as soon as I said it, I was like, as soon as he said that's Virginia, and I looked at it, I was like, that is Virginia. Yeah. And then I thought, damn it, Nick's going to get that because Maryland's right above Virginia. And I was pissed.
And that's where my ex lived.
And that's where your ex lived, which is more important. How's she doing?
Good.
So how did you feel about states?
I thought it was a dumb trivia, to be honest. Whose idea was that?
Aaron's.
All right.
It was better than the Lord of the Rings one.
Yeah. That was dumb too.
The Star Wars one would have been really good if we had the people that like Star Wars in the video.
Yep.
But we were pushed to put that video out, and so
you had a limited supply of
limited supply of nerds around. But
and
we
it
have
happened to be the
as
nerds.
long as we have Mike and Bose on the same team in every single trivia, that's all that matters.
Well, I think Mike and Bo should always be a team. I think we should always be a team.
You and I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because you have the ability to carry other people when it comes, like, you and Billy worked great because you, like, carried the funny part of it, and Billy was there, like, being, like, working off of. But if you put Billy and Alex Summons together, they're just going to sit there the whole time, and they're going to be like, I don't know, I think it's Idaho. And then nobody's going to laugh. But you're over there like, I don't know, man. What is it? And Billy's like, maybe Indianapolis. And he says something like funny like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how I'm thinking.
All right. Just because you guys are Flycast listeners, I'm going to give you an inside scoop, behind the scenes footage, behind the scenes
story
of why we won. So,
yeah. I learned this today. I got pissed.
Our apartment, or Billy couldn't make it in the morning to shoot, so by the time Aaron got out of the office and stuff, he just came back to our apartment, and Billy just walked over to our place, and we shot our section, or our segment at my apartment. And during the middle of it was more towards the beginning, during like the beginning of our recording, the people above us were doing something with their floor, and it was making like hella noise, and so we had to just literally sit there and wait for them to stop doing whatever they were doing, because the mic could pick everything up. And so while we were waiting, Aaron like went to take a shit or something, and me and Billy were like just looked at each other and we're like, pull out your phone, and we just looked up the US maps. And then I think that's how we guessed Idaho. And then, or I think Aaron still had the picture of Idaho up. Yeah. And then we looked it up, and we're like, all right, that's Idaho. But we were like, how are we going to play this off? And Billy was sitting there, he was like, and it took like 4 tries. And Billy was like, I think it starts with an I. And I'm just like, what? And I just like started dying laughing. And then we like tried something again to play it off. We did that like 4 times, but I just like kept cracking up when we like tried to lie about it. And that's how we got Idaho. Everything else was legit. I don't know how many we got total, 3 or 4.
It's because Idaho's the only one I actually got. And I don't know how. I saw it and I was like, Idaho.
Really?
Yeah. But everything else, I had absolutely no idea. Like, I didn't even like.
I think it was Idaho, the one we cheated on. So, yeah, it was.
You guys still would have won, though. You got 4. Yeah. So you would have only gotten 3.
Yeah, true.
So
still champions.
Still the champions by getting 3 out of 8 states correctly.
I mean, I don't know.
It was difficult, but I don't know. Maybe. Do you think it's because? I feel like people lie, man. I feel like when people see that and then they put in the comments, wow, these guys are so dumb. I feel like unless that's your home state, or that's a bordering state around your home state, or unless you're from like 3rd to 6th grade where you just learned about the state, so it's fresh in your mind. Once you go through 10 years of not looking at a map every day, I feel like the shape
maybe
of
that's
states,
what the kids are into nowadays. I don't know.
They're learning shapes. They shape it up.
Screw Pokemon cards.
We're collecting.
I'll trade Maryland for your Texas.
Maybe.
Wait, didn't Mike and Bose get Texas wrong?
No.
Or they were about to?
Dude, what?
Yeah. Aaron said Mike was about to Mike guessed something else. And I think Bose said Texas.
No way.
Yeah, Mike was about to guess something else. That's like, that goes back to our point of, no offense, Mike, but we're not trusting you with this, with my stock money.
Dude, you got a lot of love today on the Reddit. I don't know if Aaron told you that or not.
Yes, Aaron did tell me that.
But that got me. What you just said about Mike almost missing.
Yeah, just so you guys know, on Reddit, whenever you say good things about me, Hitch hates it.
That's not true.
Because we were all on my couch, and Aaron was like, "You're getting hella love on Reddit," and I looked over, you're just.
That is not true at all. Like, finally, I'm the one who was sticking up for you when they were all hating on you, telling you that you should have gotten kicked from Optic. But anyway, what I was about to say was somebody had a hilarious thing on Reddit that they said. It was under the states trivia, and one of the top comments is, Virginia pops up. Bose, it looks like Alaska. Rhode Island pops up. Mike, is that Michigan? Bose looks at Mike. It's gotta be. And then he said, I lost it there. Bose and Mike are the best combo for trivia ever.
They are good trivia.
That is exactly why. It's for shit like that. Yeah. Is that Michigan? It's gotta be. It's gotta
even
be.
Just even seeing them on the Star Wars and just trying to make up shit.
Like they pop up a character they've never seen before.
It's funny seeing how Mike's brain works to figure stuff out.
Because he's like, I went through and I watched a lot of trivias, and it's just like the stuff he'll say, man. It's just you can't even make it up. Like he said, I watched one earlier today, just trying to see what was going right in all of those trivias, and Yoshimitsu from Tekken popped up, and he looks at me, he looks at it, and he was like, "That's from Tekken. If I get any of the letters right in the name, do I get some sort of points?" I was like, no.
What?
No, you don't. But at least he tried. He tried to get some extra pointage out of it.
Didn't work though, Mike. Have they ever won a trivia?
Yeah, they won the one that Dr. Disrespect was in.
Oh, I wasn't in it. Didn't count.
Yeah, I guess not.
NOLA this weekend.
Yes. You're not going, so that's $500 safely in your bank account.
Yes.
You will not be seduced.
Ooh, that's like $1,000 really.
That's true because of the flight,
hotel, flight, food and shit, alcohol. That's $500. Then getting robbed, that's another $5. I would have lost $1,000.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm gonna stay back, make videos, grind,
stream Fortnite, get bomb whore.
That's funny.
You were so surprised that I said it.
I was not expecting that.
Oh man, yeah. But
Shouts to B.
NOLA should be fun. It's the first time that I've been down there since that one event, and I know a lot more people. I'm actually in Optic now, and it should be crazy.
What did you just say? You said I know a lot of people there. I'm actually in Optic now.
No, I said I know a lot of people now, and I'm actually in Optic now because I wasn't in Optic when we went down.
Oh,
I was just working.
Wait,
with
has
Intel.
It been 2 years since NOLA?
Probably 3, 2.5. Shit. So yeah, 3 years. 3 years since NOLA.
Damn,
it's been a while. You're old, man.
Yeah,
you are.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're making videos.
No. Time just fucking flies regardless. It doesn't matter what you do.
Time flies regardless of whatever is happening.
It's so weird because, today I tell myself... I remember this morning I was, telling myself, I was like, I just need to be, patient. I'm, there's, so much... There's, just stuff I want to do... And I'm just worried about other stuff. I just want to see my bank account fat.
Yeah.
But it takes time, and I'm just and it gives me not really stress or anxiety, but it's fuck. Can I just be rich or something already?
I was expecting something so deep.
I think I tried pulling something deep out, but...
And then you went with, why am I not rich?
I just couldn't think of anything. But really, the point is this. Time fucking flies.
Yeah.
And it needs to slow down.
It does.
Because I find myself looking back and just being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, Nola was 3 years ago. What the hell has happened in 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, there's an aspect of it where it's like, what has happened? And then there's also a time where it's like, so much has happened in the last 3 years. But, like, how much of it is, like, timeless, I guess? Like, how much of it, like, will you never forget? And those are, like, the only moments that actually matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Makes me sad sometimes, fucking looking back. I think it was my 100K video for YouTube.
Yeah.
Looking back at all those clips, and it's just like, damn.
Dude.
You remember everything. Yeah. And it's like, damn, a lot has happened.
Dude, I remember, because when you made your 100K video, I think I'd only known you for like a month. But you still put the clip of the rap battle in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where's Nick when he's chasing dreams? Probably in the gym with weights and things.
Impatiently waiting in Ava's stream.
Yeah. You put that in there, and I was like, damn. I made his best 100K moments. I only knew him for a little bit.
That shit.
It's crazy. Dude, because, you had there are some funny-ass video clips in that 100K video. Like the whole, like, Crim 6 impersonation.
Formals Target t-shirt.
Yeah, Formals Target t-shirt.
Dude, fuck.
It's crazy. It's crazy how things change, too.
Yeah. But it's crazy how, like, grown people are getting.
Yeah. Are you about to cry?
No. And I have to say that for the people that are only listening at iTunes, Flycast, that can't see me. No, I'm not about to cry. But I am thinking right now. It's kind of sad. Like, shit.
Dude, whenever I go back, like, whenever I hang out with Brandon or I hang out with, like, Blake and George, like, in real life, you just always think about...
Dude, imagine if you had, like, clips from your childhood on camera. Like, just hanging out at, like, your friend's house or something. Yeah. Like, imagine you vlogged when you were in middle school.
That would be weird.
That would be... Because
there are, like, times where you go back and you think about, but they're already, like, fuzzy. Like, they're super... I can't even, like, really remember. I, like, remember really random things. Dude, and everybody from high school is, like, getting married or engaged or having kids. And like, I'm at an age now where I'm looking at people that are going into high school or, like mid in high school, and I just want to be like, you have your whole life in front of you. Like, please get it together fast, or life is going to smack you in the face, and then you have to, like, readjust. And that, like, 3 years of readjusting for me, like, I feel like I feel like it set me back, but I also feel like it gave me, like a push that I needed to just, like, okay, now is fucking grind time.
Yeah. What's weird is it's like fucking 2 examples. Aaron and Optic, like...
Yeah.
But the thing is about him is, like, he's 20 and he already is, like, he's doing really well for 20.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know he's doing well. He doesn't. Like, so he won't, like, I don't know. He doesn't have the experience of, like, not doing well.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have, like, the fucking disgusting knot in your stomach from, like, having fucking no money.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know that feeling, and, like, to never go back to that feeling again.
Yeah. That's very true.
So
that's we were talking about that earlier. It's just, like, the worst feeling. Like, I remember I would check my bank account, like, whenever rent was due, and rent was $400, and I would have, like, $650, and the feeling that you get in your stomach where you're just like, at what point am I gonna have to call my mom and tell her that I'm not making it, like, I'm broke? Like, at what point does it get there, and how do I stop it? and then you kind of use that feeling, and you're like, once you have that feeling, like if anybody that's listening to this podcast ever has that feeling in the future, instead of just letting it consume you, just like take it and think, I never want to feel this way ever again in my entire life. I never want to feel this way. And then use that to like fuel you.
You have to get up. Fucking, I am king. Be depressed and lay in bed.
Yeah.
And like that's the worst thing you can do is like be in your bed or like just not just get up. Just go somewhere, not in your bed. Don't sit in your room. Like if you're in that situation like do anything but sit there and like feel sorry for yourself or just let it consume you. You can be depressed. Like an example I heard was, I forget the dude's name, but he was like, when you're depressed, you'll drive to work and there's Adam Carolla is his name. It was like when you're depressed, you'll drive to work and there'll be a coffee mug in the passenger seat floor, and you'll get home and you'll look at the coffee mug and be like, I don't want to bring that coffee mug into God forbid I bring that coffee mug inside and wash it. And he was like, then you'll want to just like leave the coffee mug there. But you need to get to a point where you see a fucking coffee mug and you just pick it up and do it. Instead of being depressed and fucking not doing the shit you know you need to do.
Yeah.
Like be the person who sees the coffee cup and just picks it up and does it, rather than like just being the depressed person that like kind of feels sorry for themselves and just not doing anything. Yeah. Like get up, go exercise, go study something.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that we're talking to the wrong demographic?
No.
You know,
because I think this demographic is like king depression. To be honest,
like
I think esports is
esports.
Well, I mean that's like our demographic.
I didn't know. I was talking like when I think esports, sometimes I think like 13 to 16-year-olds in high school listening to like watching gameplay videos and stuff, and then they stumble upon our channels. But I did look at
I don't think that's our audience.
Yeah, I don't think they would be interested in watching the podcast or the Flycast anyway. Yeah. I mean,
I think our audience specifically, because you know they're in gaming, we're in gaming, and that's how they like found us.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming 95% of our audience is involved in gaming.
Yeah.
And that demographic I think is like top tier depression, because that is sitting in your room is like that's like depression. And sitting in your room, you start the game because you're just in your room all day.
Yeah.
And so just
there's a documentary that I don't know if it was ever made, and we might have even talked about it on the Flycast before, just talking about Twitch streamers and how like it seems like kids nowadays like when I was growing up, everybody wanted to be like a football player, like a professional athlete, and now it seems like professional gaming wasn't even like a thing. It didn't make any sense. But now it's like people are growing up, like kids are growing up watching like Ninja stream or Shroud stream, and they're just like, I want to be a professional, I want to be a streamer. I want to make YouTube videos, and I want to stream. I want to play video games and have people watch like me play video games. But what they don't understand is it's like the unhappiness rate for a lot of these Twitch streamers is huge because they'll stream.
You're talking about like the Twitter kind of discussion that's going on right now.
With what?
Like Ninja made a video. I think today Ninja made a video today about like being a streamer and living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Ava made some tweets. Summit made a video kind of about it. Yeah. It's been like a Twitter discussion.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I thought that's why you brought it up.
No, I didn't even. All I know is that like, it's not thought about that. You know, for 12 hours, like from 8 to 12 hours a day that these people stream, and they're talking to, anywhere from hundreds to, hundreds of thousands of people in their Twitch chat. It's fun, and it seems fun for everybody else. It's something that everybody else wants to do, for the most part, that likes any sort of spotlight. But at the end of the day, when your stream comes to an end and you hit stop streaming, then it's like you cut the lights out. And then all there is to think about is how you've sat inside of your room for 12 hours doing nothing but play video games, and you've had no human contact with any other human being in the entire world.
Yeah.
And that is, regardless of how many people you reach out to on a personal level, that can be extremely lonely. And
you have to,
that it takes super strong mindset, willpower to do that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. But an example, like, it's like streaming human streaming human interaction, even though it's not human interaction.
Yeah.
But like, you're talking to other humans. It's kind of like comparing real life human interaction compared to Twitch human interaction. Is like comparing Skype sex to real sex. Like, yeah, you still get off, but there's something about a woman actually touching you that just, like, it's just completely different. And the same with like a genuine human interaction. It's different than talking to, like, the Twitch kind of interaction. Like, it's not natural at all. It's like there's something missing. Like, with thousands, millions of years of evolution, all they did was interact human to human. And then this generation gets to do that, but in a cyber way. And it's just like, I don't think the brain doesn't get like the real, like, life feeling that a real human interaction brings.
Isn't it weird that we're the first generation for that to happen?
Yeah.
Like, we're the part
we're setting the blueprint.
Yeah. We are Generation X for
I am a what do they call the people that draw blueprints for construction? Architect.
Yeah.
I am esport architect.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't a generation before you. I mean, maybe Counter-Strike original.
No,
Halo.
they didn't. Well, just no. They didn't fucking. They don't count.
Okay.
I'm architect.
All right.
They are not.
But it's just weird. Even like our parents, that generation didn't go around. What they did was talk on the phone at night, but they didn't go around eyes glued to their phone. They didn't go home and get on their computers. They went home and, like, watched TV. They played outside. They read a book. They did work
stuff. So they moved.
And it's like, now, like, what are we even? At what point is, like, I was listening to a Joe Rogan and Russell Brand interview or podcast, and there was just so much information bouncing off the two of them because they're very good talkers, and they kind of know a lot about a lot of different things, enough to hold a conversation about it. And I was just like, these two people talking this way, there's so much conversation happening and so much information being thrown back and forth between these two people about anything from pop culture to like they were talking about, like, the chemical breakdown of different types of drugs. And I was just like, I feel like that wouldn't happen. This is the first generation, or this is the first time in the history where something like that would happen, because there's so much access to so many different types of information. Like, you can just get on, you can get on that website and you can learn a lot through anything, through Wikipedia, through BuzzFeed, or through, like, an actual, like, law firm website that has free textbooks. Like
Yeah.
you can learn anywhere from mindless information to stuff that will actually matter and you can apply into real life.
And also that sort of conversation between them wouldn't happen through like Skype.
Yeah.
Like that's the like human to human interaction needed.
True. And they're sitting across the table from each other, and they talked, and then 4 million people watched it on YouTube alone. So that means it probably has like 6 million views all around, 6 or 7 million views all around. And it's like even that, with everything that they're talking about, they're like relaying a lot of information and a lot of like opinions about different types of things, and 7 million people heard that, then they're going to start thinking about it, start developing their own opinions. And it's like all this information is being spread throughout the world. Is that a good thing, or is that a bad, or is that just
I don't see how it could be a bad thing.
I think there are aspects,
but it's definitely different.
Yeah.
It's like it's just new.
Because you got to think, like, if people were talking how we talk nowadays, and having the mindset and the ability to have access to all this information, if we, like, it's just the typical person were to like travel back in time 150 years and talk about everything that they know, then people would be like, how does this guy know everything? Like, people that were geniuses in their field were geniuses because they researched and they did one specific thing in their field. They didn't know everything there is to know about pop culture, all the way to drug chemical breakdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a
I
weird
wonder how
time.
someone like Joe Rogan, it's okay. I wonder how someone like a Joe Rogan would be looked at 100 years ago or something.
Like a
They'd
prophet?
be like, yeah.
And that sounds like
Just a genius. But
fanboyish
even now
to
he's
say.
like,
I
I don't know if you'd consider a genius, but
I feel
he's,
like he's very well spoken and has a lot of opinions about a lot of, which I think Russell Brand is like a witty comedic genius just because of how quick he comes up with everything. I wish my mind worked that way, but at the same time he does know a lot about a lot of different things because of how old he is and because of how much he puts into his work and stuff like that. I don't know. And on top of that, we're at an age, or we're at a time now where every single person has an opinion and they have a platform to share that opinion, and we're supposed to treat every single opinion equally, which that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think that is almost a bad thing.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of like, what's the word? I've heard a lot of respected people talk about how that is just like bad for kids growing up, is like getting a participation award trophy. Like, don't worry, it actually devalues the kid because they're getting an award for being fucking shit.
It's literally like
sucking.
giving a dog a bone for pooping on the floor.
Someone out there has a participation trophy just sitting there listening, just on their dresser.
But I feel like that's I heard somebody say,
You are dog shit. You are dog shitting.
I don't know if it was a comedian or if it was like an actual speech, but somebody said that the reason we have social media in our generation, I feel like I've talked about this in the Flycast too. The reason we have social media in our generation, because it's become so big, is because our generation was grown up in like, as like everybody gets a participation award. Good try. Like, you never fail. You can never lose. You don't keep score at different soccer games, like when you're a kid, like all these different things. And so we think
we grew up in that.
Yeah, I think we did. I believe we did.
I know when I played basketball, you only got an award if you were like, you didn't get a trophy for just like playing.
But you never had like the you can be anything you want to be type feel whenever you were growing up, because I feel like I did. I feel like that was the vibe whenever I was being raised.
Maybe more so, or maybe yes, but less. Definitely less than now.
Less than now,
but I don't really remember it being. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like my specific sports I played.
Yeah.
Like in football, I think in football, I know in basketball I was defensive player of the year, and then in football I might have been the same. But I don't remember any. There weren't like participation awards.
Oh, I got tons of participation
Really?
awards. Yeah,
That's like spelling bee shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, thanks for trying.
yeah. Well, Bo Burnham said in one of his stand-ups, I think it was Bo Burnham, he said that like that's a big reason why social media was created by our generation, is because we were taught that we're so much more important than we really are, and so we have to have this platform where we have an audience that listens to everything that we have to say, which makes
Bo Burnham's a fucking genius.
He's a genius. He's my favorite. I don't know about comedian, but he's like one of my favorite artists. Let's say that.
Yeah,
He's
definitely. I don't
unreal.
watch him, but when I watch him, I just like respect it.
Dude,
I don't really watch him for his jokes. I watch him for his art.
Me neither. Exactly. Every time he's only had like 3 specials. And so I remember the last one that came out is when I was at the Scuff House, and I was just like, I can't wait for it to come out, because his special called What is like one of my favorite art pieces, performances, I guess you could say, because it's not even like a stand-up routine. It's like more than that. Like his outros are crazy.
Yeah.
They're super artistic, but that makes a lot of sense. Like we are grown up in an age where we're said you can do anything. You matter to not only yourself but to everyone, and you don't even have to work in order to matter. Like you don't have to work in order to have people, every single person that you ever meet, care about you. So here's Facebook, here's MySpace, here's Twitter. Put all of your ideas and brag as much as you want. Talk about yourself as much as you want, and people will listen.
But as much as getting accepted for not being good is, I don't think that was a sentence. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Like, fuck. What were you saying?
Participation award.
Participation award. Social media. Oh, as much as you can just be like saying like everyone's opinions matter and stuff, the thing about social media is you also get shit on for like, just say someone calls you fat and stuff like that. That could also might better them to not be fat anymore.
Yeah. There's an aspect of that, but that's an extreme example,
I guess.
Because if somebody's just naturally ugly, you can't change the fact that you're ugly. Or if somebody's naturally don't.
I mean, I don't know. If you're ugly, you can still pull it off to where, like, if you're ugly, you can still like do your thing.
I mean, that's true.
Gotta get, like,
you can do your thing if you're
educated on what to do.
If you're overweight as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, people on the internet are going to destroy. It's literally like predators looking for prey, and you're an easy target.
The weak preying on the weaker.
Yes. And so it doesn't matter what, you could be the most perfect human being. People are always going to have something to roast you on if you have any sort of spotlight at all. Like, you look at anybody, you look at Cristiano Ronaldo. People hate him. There are people out there that hate him for being perfect.
I don't know anything about him.
I'm not even a big Cristiano Ronaldo fan.
I just know he plays soccer. That's about it.
And
he's good.
Incredible, and he does a lot of charity work, and he's married to a beautiful lady, and he's one of the best players of all time, and he makes a lot of money, and it's just like, there's nothing wrong with him. But also, one thing that I wanted to, do you think it's a good thing that we live in an age where you can know every single thing about anybody? You know all their dirty secrets. You know all their skeletons in their closet. You know anything about them that, most likely, like, not everyone's perfect. And I feel like if you aren't perfect, you are ridiculed and you are attacked, and you're basically, stripped away of everything that you've kind of like
But
accomplished.
that's kind of going against what we said earlier about getting a participation award.
What do you mean?
Like, you're saying you're ridiculed for being, like, not perfect.
Yeah.
But we're also rewarded for not being perfect through participation awards.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I understand.
I'm saying that's just, like, kind of contradictory.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying as well.
I'm saying if somebody, like, I feel like we live. This is getting like into crazy grounds right now. But we live in an age where
I have
somebody
something prepared to say.
we have somebody, and I don't want to get roasted or whatever, but it's kind of like just something interesting to bring up because I don't even know what my thoughts are. But say somebody goes through their whole life and does crazy, like amazing things and achieves, like, okay, I'm just going to use another example. Bill Burr has a hilarious comedy routine, a skit about Arnold Schwarzenegger and about how he's achieved the unachievable. He went from being a bodybuilder that didn't speak English to coming over and becoming an American actor that didn't speak English. And then that wasn't enough for him. He became like one of the best actors and most known actors and the most, one of the best series of movies of all time. And then he was like, that's not enough. I got to go from there and I've got to become the mayor of fucking California. And he does it. The unachievable. Nobody will ever, nobody does that. Nobody can do that. And then he, obviously, I mean, apparently he had an affair with his wife and he just got destroyed.
Really?
Yeah. And he
how did I hear about that?
I don't know.
Or was that a long time ago?
A long time ago. And he just got destroyed. And he was like, and Bill Burr is like famous for going against what everybody thinks. And that's his thing. But at the same time, there's a lot of truth in that. It's like, how can I ridicule this great man when I've never been put in that possibility. I've never been famous enough where I walk outside and 1,900 women want to have sex with me, even though they know I'm a married woman or a married man. But at the same time, like, he had a skeleton in his closet and he did something bad, made a bad mistake. But does that take away from everything that he has accomplished? Because he got destroyed by the media and destroyed by everyone.
Yeah. People like to try to take away. I mean, my opinion, no, it doesn't. But people do try to like take everything from you for like one thing you did.
Yeah.
It is
because as we start like learning more, like you start realizing that everybody that's ever been great ever, like 99% of them have had skeletons in their closets. Well, I think
it's just like every human.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So why is it appropriate to expect perfection from everyone else?
I don't think people expect perfection. It's just like they don't ridicule because they're not, that person isn't perfect. They ridicule because they're insecure.
You think so?
Yeah. I like all like criticism and like ridiculing and like talking shit and like trying to see someone lose. It's just like their own insecurities.
So you think like
they get a weird feeling seeing a person like going out and getting it and doing shit they wish they were doing. And so it's like it kind of feels good to them seeing them having the possibility of losing it all.
Right.
Kind of like the people who want me kicked from Optic. Very much so.
But it's like now you have all these, obviously the big thing right now is like the Hollywood scandals, like the
Kevin Hart,
the comedians, Kevin Hart, the
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
I don't even know what he did. Like
he masturbated in front of women,
but like
he lured women that were.
I wish I was there to like really see what happened, because like that just doesn't happen. Like you can't. No one just like starts masturbating, like pull your dick out and start masturbating, and like they just like sit there and watch.
Apparently he said, I'm gonna pull my penis out now, And they laughed. The two women laughed because he's Louis C.K. And then he pulled his penis out. And they said, oh.
And what'd they do?
They stayed in there and watched the whole thing. And then they left.
So, yeah.
And then 20 years later, 15 years later, they talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
But it's like all this stuff is happening regardless of that situation. That regardless of, like, all this stuff is happening to all these different people throughout Hollywood. And it's like, if this was the mindset back in the day, what would have ever even gotten done? Because everybody has skeletons in their closet. Gandhi had skeletons in his closet. I don't know exactly what it was, but I heard about it.
Wait, really?
Probably should have looked that up before this podcast. Yeah, like dead ass. Obviously, it wasn't anything. He didn't kill anybody. He's Gandhi. But like Martin Luther King Jr. cheated on his wife multiple times. And it's like, if this was the mindset back in that day, what would have gotten accomplished? Like, what would have, are you going to tell me that you, like, people would have rather Martin Luther King Jr. been stripped of everything that he was achieving once they realized that he was having an affair?
They did that.
Obviously, I mean, I'm saying when he was making an entire world-changing movement happen, and he got stripped of that because of a mistake that he made or because of a weakness in his system.
I guess people aren't really educated that Martin Luther did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly,
think I did hear like something, like he did something, like he wasn't, like he cheated, but it's not like known like it is now that Kevin Hart cheats and everyone finds out.
Exactly.
Like, what if Martin Luther King cheated back then and everyone found out, and then they were just like, we can't rally behind this dude who's about to change America forever.
That's what I'm saying. Is that a bad thing? I think that's it seems logically, I think it's a bad thing.
I mean, it probably is.
Because the fact that he made that mistake or had that weakness, because apparently, like, his wife knew and didn't say anything because she knew what he was doing was bigger than that.
See, that's a real one.
It is super real.
Super real.
J. Cole raps about it. That's why you put up with all the cheating. I had a woman like Coretta or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Was that his wife's name?
Yeah.
That's a real one right there.
Scott I forgot her actually. But anyway, like I think that's a bad thing, that we know we have access to everybody's dirty secrets, and because obviously some of them are terrible and should be,
like Bill Cosby.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying what he did is right, and I'm not defending stuff like that. I'm defending stuff that should be between two people, and instead of it being between two people, it gets busted out into everyone's, newspapers and yahoo.com articles and Twitter and everything, and it's like now it's everybody's business, and they're judged for the one mistake that they did instead of the hundreds of things that they did positive.
I don't know. It has its ups and downs. Like, I think it definitely, well, like, knowing people can find out what I do and, like, my position, I'm, like, nowhere near, like, those guys. Yeah. But, like, I have to move differently because I'll get fucking destroyed if, like, I do certain stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if I smack my girlfriend or something, like, I would get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, of course.
But, like, so in, like, certain aspects, I think it can help people not be shittier people. Like, they'll realize they can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, cheat and stuff like that. But I don't know. It has its ups and downs.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was just like,
everyone knowing everything about you has its ups and downs.
Yeah, I think a lot more downs than ups.
Probably.
Which is why you see people like Eminem, and why you see people like, I don't even know who else. Eminem's the first person that popped into mind that just stay out of media. They're never in media. They literally have he lives in like a blockade.
Who was it? Someone refused to do Oh, Adam Sandler. He doesn't do any interviews ever. Besides, like, a long time ago.
That's real.
And, like, yeah.
Is Bryson Tiller the Adam Sandler of music?
I don't know. Bryson Tiller is really emotional. I'm starting to realize. I'm going to give him another chance.
You are?
I've listened to his album, actually, a couple times since. His, what's it called? Like, it's crazy. What the fuck is it called?
I honestly
Not Trap Soul, obviously.
I have no idea. I didn't.
Fuck.
I'm going to tell you that. I did not.
I gave it I'd like some of the songs, and I don't know.
There's like 2 songs on there that have like a vibey, like,
yeah,
but it's not a masterpiece.
yeah.
Trap Soul was a
Trap
masterpiece.
Soul was fucking the beginning of a new. It was Trap Soul. Trap Soul. Like, he literally invented
soul.
it.
He did. He took what Drake and all of them were trying to do, and he made it an actual genre.
Pretty much.
And then he released the next one, and I don't know what
True
that
to
was.
Self. That's what it's called.
True to Self?
Yeah.
I learn something new every day. True to Self.
What are we at right now?
Hour 21. We could wrap it up if you would like.
That's not too bad. I had something in my head. Remember when I said I had something in my head?
Yeah. And you couldn't
It
figure
really
out what it was?
didn't. It ended up not really having to do with what you were saying, but it's still in my head, so I need to get it out.
Get it out, man.
What we were saying of, like, actually, it really doesn't have to do with shit. My point was gonna be porn ruined girls for me.
Okay, we can go off of that. What do you mean?
Like, just being on the internet and seeing everything. You can see anything, everything, and, like, expecting perfection and stuff like that, because, like, that's what you see. And, like, when I used to watch porn, because I don't anymore. I get if I want it, just go to. I get laid. But no, I watch, like, Asa Akira, and, like, her body is, like, perfect to me. Like, it's just, like, tan all over.
Because she's Asian.
Nice boobs, nice butt, and it's like that, like, ruined girls. Like, I feel like I judge the shit out of girls, like, unnaturally, unnaturally.
Yeah. That is
like,
true. Yeah,
I'd let porn, like, dictate what I'm turned on by,
which is fucked up.
Yeah,
but it
fucked me.
It's what happens.
Because imagine, like,
Imagine if girls judged guys off of porn, and that was their standard.
I'd still be good.
No, you wouldn't, because you're not fucking. Like, a lot of these guys are just like, like, ripped, chiseled, fucking built.
Well, I mean,
and obviously they're fucking. I don't even know. They're unnatural.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Like, girls don't judge guys off of that, and guys, I don't think a lot of guys.
Do they?
Well, maybe they do.
Because girls, like, seeing, like, it's easy, not easy, but, like, girls like a successful man now. Like, in every movie, it's like the man is, like, the success, and then the girl is just the hot one.
Yeah.
And it's.
What does the success have to come with the? Like, imagine if.
Like,
it doesn't come with the body, though.
Why do guys suddenly start getting girls when they start placing good?
Because it's some sort of grind and success and motivation.
But I mean, I look at girls that way too. Like, if a girl, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
agree. Just like having, like, a girl that's successful. Didn't we talk about this on the last podcast?
Yeah, we did.
Like, yeah.
But is that why you've been single for so long? Because you're looking for a girl that is hot and super hot, way above standards of any normal person, and then also on top of hot, she has to be some sort of successful and business wise or whatever she's trying to achieve, and on top of that, she has to be mutually interested in you.
Yes, that is probably why I'm single, and I've been single for like 5 years.
Yeah. So.
And I don't. Not even close to having a girlfriend, really.
Nope. There has never been one time since I've known you where you're like, I think I would date her. It's always been, yeah, we still text every once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's 2018.
I can't like fake I don't know. Some people like. I don't know. There's some people who have like multiple boyfriends or girlfriends a year.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how
I
think not only on a, like expecting too much from a female, I guess. I just blacked out again. My mind's not working tonight. Fuck, what were we talking about? Fuck, I had a good point. What were we talking about? Remind me.
I don't know either.
We were talking about girls, perfection, standards, getting a girlfriend.
I remember I was about to say, is 2018 the year that Optic MaNiaC
gets a girlfriend?
gets a girlfriend?
I mean, I don't know.
Could be.
Could. So could have 2017, 2016,
That's
2015,
true.
2014, 2013. But
You were saying that some people have multiple boyfriends, multiple girlfriends every single year.
I forget what
And I was about to say that I've never had. I
Oh,
only get into
I'm really. I think this is maybe what I was gonna say. I'm really good at. Oh, the reason why I've been. This is what I was gonna say. The reason why I've been single for so long, I think, is because not only do I put women too high of a too high of a standard for them unfairly, but I am really good. I was literally about to forget what I was going to say, but I'm really good at entertaining myself when I'm bored. Like I don't need another person.
Yeah.
Like the internet and just, I don't know. I'm good at entertaining myself when I'm bored. I don't need a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I don't need someone to talk to at night.
Yeah.
And like some people feel like they need that, and they go, like, I just look at some relationships and I'm like, here we go again. Yeah, I'm sure he's the one. I'm sure she's the one. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah. People just seem dumb for some relationships they get in.
Yeah, I understand. Anybody you want
to
direct that to? I don't know. It seemed like you were talking about specific people.
No, it's literally.
Yeah.
If like someone I'm close to, it's like, is he talking about? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I actually have someone in mind who I am thinking about, but like no one would know who they are.
Oh, okay.
So no, but yeah.
All right, guys. So
team single.
But
not for long.
Not for long. Single.
2018 is. Fuck.
Is the year.
Remember when you said you weren't?
I said I was going to be single for all of 2017.
Yep, you and Seth.
Yep.
Lasted for a month.
We both failed.
And now I'm going to say I'm going to get one.
And now you're going to be single.
Yeah, but nah, I'm not even looking like that.
All right, guys. Like we said before, Flycast, please subscribe to the Flycast on iTunes and SoundCloud and rate it and go thumbs up my comment that I put at the very beginning of this video.
Spread the word. The Flycast. I haven't even spread the word.
Spread the word. Tweet it out.
But
tell your friends. Tell your soccer team. Tell your band members. Tell your mom.
Tell Grandpa. Tell Aunt Becky.
I wonder who the oldest person that watches the Flycast is.
I wonder who's the youngest.
That's not your mom or my mom.
That's true. Imagine there's just like some random
year-old
who just like sits there and watches us with his glasses and hearing aid. And like he's not even in gaming. He just like he accidentally clicked on our Flycast.
The one that said smoking stories.
Yeah.
That's where he
No,
got
our
hooked.
one on iTunes. He went for the fishing. And
He went for
found
the
us.
fishing Flycast and found us.
Yes, we are on
On
all
everything.
sorts of
And
anything that matters.
Spotify has been submitted as well. So everybody asking me for Spotify, it is under review.
We're on
currently.
everything that
So,
matters now.
Everything that matters.
So yeah,
So
that's gonna do it for this episode of the Flycast. Do we have outro music?